and welcome to SoulTopia Shenanigans with Michelle Welch. We're filming live here at SoulTopia after our Monday night meditations, and I hope you are joining us. I would love for you to, if you're on now, I would love for you to go ahead and let me know if you would like a brief reading. I am going to do something different tonight. It's something that my friend Echo Day suggested. It's not going to be as thoroughly as she suggested it. She had suggested a full tarot spread with our tarot bracelets as we begin to expand our tarot line, which we're about to do from just our major arcana bracelets. We're adding to those, so we're excited about that. But I pulled all of our, well, one of each of our goddess bracelets, god bracelets, those archetypes, the tarot bracelets, the archangel bracelets, and some others. I did not pull our totems tonight, just didn't have time to pull them. And they are in this basket. There's one of each, and man, it is heavy. There are a lot of bracelets in here. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to just randomly draw probably three to see what how they interact together to give a reading for you guys. So I will need to know if somebody is going to want one of those readings. I think what I'm going to do right now, since I'm not getting immediate feedback, Cassie, if you can let me know if there's anybody that wants a reading right away. That's what I want to do tonight. What I want to tell you guys about our bracelets, that's how our business started. It started to relax me from what I did for a living before, and I would just really get relaxed with beads. We made malas, we made bracelets, and Roger and I have been making them for a long time, and so we really enjoy making all kinds of things. We now do pet charms, you name it, we make it. Chokers, bracelets, just whatever moves us, we make it. And so I think we have some people that want readings, and so who do we have for our first one? We have Isabel. Okay. Hi, Isabel. Love you, miss you. And I know I need to get with you. I am going to pull three for you randomly without trying to mess up my tags, because I will have Wendy very upset with me if I mess up the tags here. In fact, you got 4, Miss Isabel. So interesting, because you got 2 that are almost all pink, and then you got 2 that are very much about protection. I noticed this right away, and I'm going to hold these up. There are 2 that are pink. There's an archangel one and a goddess one, and I'll tell you what those are. And then you got 2 that have, if you see, a lot of dark stones on them. So this tells me right away that we've got a lot of rose quartz, a lot of self-love, need for that going on right now, and self-soothing with you, and a lot of need for protection with you right now. Okay, and what I mean by that is protection of because you're an empath. You are such an empath, and you take on everyone else's emotions. You know what I'm talking about. So what we got was I pulled Archangel Ariel. She is all about animals and protecting wild animals and domesticated animals also. Her name means Lioness of God. She helps and protects animals, but she also provides physical needs to those of us when we're in our human incarnation. I know you love animals, and I know you actually love all beings and all creatures. So this is a very gentle, loving stone, and so I'm going to tell you now that Archangel Ariel is connecting with you. If you dream about lions, if you dream about wind, she's a very feminine angel. Now, I'm going to tell you, angels are androgynous. This is not a class on archangels or any of these specifically, but they are androgynous, but they do have more of kind of an energy about them. And Ariel is certainly, to me, very feminine. And then you got my dear Guinevere, which is Celtic, and she's a triple goddess. Okay, so when we say triple goddess, we mean the maiden, mother, and the crone. So all the ages of the representative of a female. Okay, and the female, we all have female and male in us, but it would be all of those. She represents all of those, a triple goddess. And she's the triple goddess of love relationships, fertility, and motherhood. She does help with romantic love and women's issues. she also works with the flower fairies. So Guinevere was very beautiful, like you, and you're getting to the age where you're probably thinking about things like that. Oh no, mom, dad, sorry, but you are very beautiful, and I think what Guinevere's coming in to tell you right now is to be very confident in yourself and in your inner beauty, but also your outer beauty, because you are beautifully and wonderfully made and perfect. Okay, now one of the few bracelets we have left from, and I don't know if you guys were still here when we did the shadow side. I think you were still in town when we did the SoulTopia shadow side, but this is one of the few bracelets we have left from that, and it's one of my favorites. It has on it rainbow obsidian, labradorite, mystic quartz, and a little bit of silver, just some silver right here. And so labradorite is a stone of magic. Rainbow obsidian also can be highly protective in a stone of magic and protects you from anything that's ill-wished upon you, anyone who would want to do any harm to you. So I feel that right now. If you feel like somebody's coming at you for some reason and you're not sure why, I feel like you need some protection from that. I'm not going to say so much that there's shadow work that needs to be done with you right now. I feel it's more protection right now for you, because you also got Kali. Kali is a Hindu goddess who is fierce. When you see depictions of her, she is kind of scary. She's got skulls hanging off of her tongue. Is like, and seriously, there's no way around it. She's not to be tangled with, and not many people can work with her. So why do I feel she's coming up for you? Because it's a shadow work. I'm going to tell you though, she's about shadow work too. So we're going to talk about shadow work when I talk to you soon, okay? We're going to talk about that a little bit, because I guess I cannot deny that, because you've got a shadow work bracelet and you got Kali. So we can't deny that some shadow work and slaying some personal demons and overcoming some fears that plays into that anxiety. So you've got this really soft side going on and some really tough stuff going on. So really that's talking about the shadow. Okay, the shadow side and then the really bright light side. And you know about that. And you are one who can handle it and can deal with it even at your young age. So that's what I got for you. Archangel Ariel, Guinevere, the Soul Shadow Bracelet. And I will tell you the quote from the Soul Shadow Bracelet. I love it. It's from Rumi. Both shadow and light are the dance of love. And these are 2 love bracelets here also. And then so Kali, about overcoming and slaying our fears. Okay, she's highly, highly, highly protective. All right, so there you go, Isabel. Those are the 4 that you got. I'm going to put them back in. All right, who do we have next?
We have Emma.
All right, Miss Emma, you probably have half of these. You do your own reading, just look at your arm. All right, so I'm going to dig down in here and see what we get. We're going to try and pull 3. If more come out, then so be it. 2. I'm feeling drawn over to this side for some reason down here. 3. All right. Well, you got a mixture too. You got quite a bit of green. Green's about the heart chakra. It's also about growth. All right. So your first one, Emma, to me fits you perfectly. It's Kuan Yin, and she is a goddess of compassion. And with the work you're wanting to do, I'm assuming this is Emma that I know that works here. Okay. So Emma is going to be offering trauma and grief recovery soon here at SoulTopia. She doesn't work for SoulTopia, but she offices here. She kind of works for SoulTopia too and helps us because she's amazing and a great photographer and does all kinds of good stuff. So, and gosh, can add numbers in her head like crazy. But back to your reading. Kuan Yin is all about compassion. She was known as, and she is known as, the goddess of mercy. And so this is I believe she will work with you as you go forward with these trauma and grief recovery healings that you're about to offer. And so I just outed you. I guess if you weren't going to offer them, now you are. because I think you need to. Okay. It says on here that she relieves suffering and encourages enlightenment in all humans. I put on her bracelet rose quartz. We just added a pink jade to that. And then she has green aventurine. It's all about the love with her and the compassion. But along with that, you got SoulTopia, okay? And so this god is all about magic, wisdom, and written communication. And you're very powerful with your energy. So this is an Egyptian god. And I really feel like this is bringing out for you the biggest thing. I'm going to say there's hematite on here too. I'm going to say the biggest thing in the labradorite is it's the magic for you. It's and standing in your royalty, standing in your a past life of a real regal nature. You have a very quiet composure about you that calms everyone down. And I think that comes from past life of a very regal bearing. And I think you should attempt to get in touch with that a little more. It's a very strong, but still, again, I feel compassionate. But there is no denying this written communication also. And I would like you to explore how that ties in. And then you got Soul Mott. Now, Mott is about justice. Mott is the one who used to kind of be over the underworld, and then he became more that he would be the one that weighed the scales. You know, the feather and the heart, that story. I think I have that right. I'm pretty sure I do. Yes. And so it's justice. He's about cycles, seasons. Funny that I posted about that today. Seasons of our life and the cycles that we go through. That can be grief for people because I've been experiencing some of that. Also, legal matters and karma. So I think Mott, and it's interesting that two of these came up, Egyptian and one Chinese. I'm getting a lot of past life stuff for you. I think the Kuan Yin is more the compassion, but Egyptian, I feel you need to look into the past life and you're very fair. Yeah. Very fair, very balanced, and you're going to help people learn how to be fair with themselves because a lot of people just aren't fair with themselves. Okay? So that was Kuan Yin, SoulTopia, and Mott. We call all of our bracelets Soul whatever. So I'm just going to give y'all the god or goddess name, hopefully. Okay? So you can remember. Love these. I'll do them like that. Maybe not, but anyway. Love them. Okay. Yay, Emma. I don't know if you have those or not. More to add to your collection. Cassie? There was no sound, apparently. So I'm going to try this one more time. Okay? Not sure what's going on. But, you know, when you're in a metaphysical store and you're doing technical stuff can happen. So we're going to try one more time. Alexis. For the third time. I drew for you 3 bracelets. One is Set. It can be spelled sometimes S-E-T or S-E-T-H. The Egyptians didn't pronounce that H, so it's Set. Okay? And I see a lot of fiery color in here. A lot of fire stones. That to me represents ignition, like go. And that to me is more masculine because masculine energy, we have both. Masculine energy feels doing to me, whereas feminine energy sometimes feels being to me. So that's what I'm getting. So it's time for doing. I know you're a doer, but you're also a beer too. So it's time for the doing. And there's some chaos going on right now, but it's necessary chaos. You've had new beginnings. This necessary chaos is facilitating change for you. Okay? It would be not quite as bad at not the word bad, but not as maybe as much as the Tower card in Tarot, but it feels kind of like that. There's been some upheaval, and it's been to create some necessary change. Sandalphon, Archangel Sandalphon, is the archangel that is said to stretch from heaven to earth. He delivers prayers, it is said, from heaven to earth. But another aspect of him is he is he'd play the harp. So he's the angel of music, the archangel of music. So music is very important to you right now. It's very important for you to encourage the kids to be continuing with your music, but also you. So whether that is playing an instrument that you've put down, whether even if that's the instrument of your voice, or playing music in the home, I need a lot of music, please, infused into your life and into your home right now. And then spring is going to be, it's interesting. Spring's a ways off, but spring is going to be a very important time for you. It's going to be some more new beginnings. All right, so I'm telling you, spring. It's Ostera or Istra, however you want to say it. This is the Germanic goddess that it is said many of the traditions for the Protestant Easter came from, the Easter eggs, but she's all about growth, new beginnings, spring awakenings. She's the goddess of spring awakenings. And so look to spring for some more new beginnings, but they're not going to be as much of a upheaval for you. Okay? All right. Do we have anybody online still?
Yes.
Okay. Who do we have that might want a reading? Are y'all liking these? I'm going kind of quickly, but I'm not sure how this is working with us getting cut off and everything like that. But maybe because Cassie's having to look back and forth to see if there's anybody in the chat room for readings. So, Roger, if you could help with that, if there's any... Who?
Tina.
Okay, so I'll do Tina. All right. Tina, I'm told to have you look at the first bracelet on your right wrist. And if you don't have any on right now, it would be the one that you wore today or yesterday. The last ones you wore. And it'd be the, when I mean by first, it'd be the one closest to your hand. Whatever that bracelet was. That's going to go with this reading. Okay? Down in here. Oh, well, I'm not doing all those. Well, you've got a lot. All right. Interesting that these two wanted to come out together. So we're going to do this. All right. So whatever that bracelet is that you have on, that is kind of the caveat, the little afterthought, or maybe the icing on the cake to this reading. However that turns out for whatever that bracelet is. But you got two tarots, and then you got an ascended master and a goddess. Okay, so we're going to start with the tarot cards or bracelets that you got. You got the magician. The magician is telling you, stop questioning whether or not you have all the tools you need. You do. You have everything you need. So don't question it. Don't question if you're good enough. Do I need more? You've got what you need. So does Emma, by the way. You guys are amazing. So you have everything you need. You have the tools. All right? That's a simple word from the magician for you. The Wheel of Fortune is, this to me is what it's telling me for you is everything right now is about timing. Don't push everything. It is all in divine timing. And I know you've been being told that, and I know you've been being patient, but when we don't get to, I really don't like this phrase when I'm told it myself, but I'm about to tell it to you because it's true. When we're not attached to the outcome, wow, things they just start flowing. And when we're super attached to the outcome, they seem to come to a dead standstill. Okay? Things are going to really start flowing for you when you really step back and you're not so attached to the outcome. All right? I've been told that a lot, and I can just tell you it's always true. Then you got the same bracelet that Belle got earlier, and it's Guinevere. And this is about your beauty. And I'm just going to tell you straight up what this is about. Stop questioning how beautiful you are. And I'm talking about outward beauty. Yes, we change. I've changed too. Yes, we go back to reunions or we go back to things and we're like, oh, I don't look exactly the way I did. You're absolutely beautiful inside and out, and stop beating yourself up and stop questioning yourself. You know you do it, and just don't do it anymore. That's what Guinevere's here to remind you of, to go so much easier on yourself. And then you also got Saint Germain. Now, Saint Germain is all about transmutation, alchemy, magic. And so it is, we got the magician bracelet at the beginning where I told you had all your tools. Saint Germain's also with the violet flame. I won't go into a lot about that, but begin to know that you are bookended with your magic. You know what I'm talking about, and you're covered. And then throw in that other bracelet that you had on, the last one you wore that was closest to your hand, on your right hand. And that is the other one of this 5 spread bracelet reading for you. Okay? All right. So pretty together. Here's the thing with our bracelets, you guys. It's just like you don't need to be all matchy with them. It's just the ones that you're supposed to wear that day. And people will ask me, oh, because there you have a grid. Even one bracelet is a grid because it's, 2 or more stones. And I will tell you that if you feel like, some people will say, well, does that cause crystal chaos? Not to me. It doesn't. If you'd want to decide it's going to cause crystal chaos, it might. It's really what you decide. That's my opinion. Okay? All right. Who we got next?
We have Rachel Sampeck.
Okay, so Rachel, I'm going to try and draw 3 for you. 1, 2. I feel like it's down here somewhere. 3. Interesting. Okay. So, Rachel, you got Archangel Azrael. And Archangel Azrael is one who helps with grief. So, I am picking up right away that you have some unresolved grief issues. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. And that Archangel Azrael can help you with that. Okay, this yellow calcite with a black stone, can be a black obsidian, a black onyx. It doesn't really matter. A black stone for protection connects us with Archangel Azrael. You actually may be somebody who helps those that are going through grief too. But I feel more it's an issue of some unresolved grief. But you're around a lot of people who kind of come to you about grief. I'm not sure if it's your job. It almost feels like hospice, but I'm not saying you work in hospice, but it almost feels like that to me, or some sort of I'm not sure, but it sticks to you. Okay, so you wear and take on a lot of grief. And so I would suggest working with Archangel Azrael to relieve some of that. And you do definitely, I hope you know this, and if you don't, I'm just going to tell you, you work with the angels. Because you drew, out of all of this, I drew for you, but so you drew, are the only angelite bracelet we have left in the store, because angelite beads are pretty nice, so we don't sell as many of them because we sell our bracelets, you guys, at the same price. And so when you get a really finer bead, we'd have those more exclusively sometimes because they still sell at the same $24.95. So this is a stone that is angelite. This bracelet, I believe it's our only one left. So I know it's the only one in that basket. And angelite is going to connect you with all of the angels. It makes you aware of not only your angels, but your spirit guides. But it also brings about deep peace. Peace and forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. And this to me ties in with Azrael and this need for some peace and calm and overcoming some grief in your life. And then you pulled in, wow, just like, let's just pull her right in, the Egyptian Isis, and she is called upon, she's to protect you when you feel vulnerable. So the times when you feel vulnerable, just call on Isis. She is feminine with her moonstone, but she's also very, very fiery. Okay, so really, she's your protector. So are the archangels. So you're working with some strong goddess energy in Isis and Egyptian energy, and then these angels that are definitely all around you. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, Rachel, for letting me read for you. You can help other people with the angels that you work with. I'll tell you that. A lot of people say to me, oh, I don't work with the angels, but a lot of times they do. Once they learn about them, they realize, it's not really what I thought it was. So you do. Okay. They're so pretty. Okay, anybody else?
You've got a couple.
Okay. How much time do we have?
About
Did you?
5 minutes.
Okay, so we'll do one or two more. It depends on how much time you say we have.
Okay. Allison Field.
Okay. Hi, Allison. All right, so Allison, miss ya. Okay, so 1, 2. I'm going to come over here. Way down there. 3. Okay. All right, Missy. No surprise. Allison is funny and hilarious but serious and deep all at the same time. She got Bast, the Egyptian goddess that would originally would have like the head of a cat, but then she almost became a cat. And so she's all about fire, like fiery. Allison has red hair, so she's fiery, but she's about play. It's about enjoying yourself, having fun, not taking yourself too seriously. So Allison, have fun. Even in those things you're doing where you're driven in your races and things like that, have fun. Don't lose sight of the things that you decided were going to be fun, and then you turn them into not fun. Okay, do you know what I mean? Have fun. You also drew from the tarot set, you drew the High Priestess. No surprise to me. The High Priestess is all about enlightenment, getting in touch with your inner wisdom and intuition. You have done that. You are all over that. Allison's a life coach. So that's right here in the center, just big part of who you are. And then it's interesting to me that you got the Fool. And the Fool we know, so 2 tarot bracelets. The Fool is about just going freely into new. This is what I'm getting for you. It's not because you're foolish. It's because I am open to new beginnings. I am open to taking a leap of faith and to taking a chance. And sometimes we get stuck in our ways. You're not. And it's going to come soon that you're going to have an opportunity to just go with abandonment into a dream that you have, something you want to do, and it's going to feel like a risk, and I'm going to tell you to go for it. Okay? So Bast, the High Priestess, and the Fool. All right? New beginnings, childlike innocence, leap of faith. Okay? And I say take it. One more.
It is.
It's fun. I like it.
Ashley Sims.
Okay. Hi, Ashley. We're going to do our last one, and I drew 3 just right off the top here. All right. So, Ashley, you got Soul Shadow. We're leading with that one. I feel like for you, this is a progression, kind of a past, present, future. I believe that I already talked about the Soul Shadow bracelet, that we only have a couple left from SoulTopia Sensation a couple months ago. Time flies. And I think you know exactly where we are with that, with just walking through some things in your life and looking at some doing some shadow work. And then right now, girl, you do work with Segment. Okay, it's another Egyptian goddess, and she is fierce, another fierce one like the Hindu Kali. Segment is not to be messed with. She's blunt. So I want you to start being in your readings, in your daily life. I want you to bluntly speak your truth. And really, okay? And we always say with love and with compassion, I need you to bluntly speak your truth. In a lot of circumstances you're going right now. You will be protected by Segment. The thing with Segment is she is unyielding as a protector. She is not going to back down, and she's going to protect you. You have got protection all around you with these stones. Okay, you are highly protected. Don't doubt that. And then you got the World. So you got a tarot card too. So you got one of our, just general SoulTopia sensation bracelets. You got a God/goddess bracelet, one of which is Egypt, and then you got the World, which is great. I feel this is what's coming for you, and it's like, you know what, the sky's the limit for you, and it is going to be completion of that cycle, of that work, of a lot of things you've been working through, and I do feel a new cycle is going to begin, and there's going to be a great feeling and sense of accomplishment. You've come so far. You're amazing. I like having you around. You feel like a completely different energetic being to me since I first met you. And that's not saying it wasn't a good feeling when I first met you, but you know what I'm talking about. And just remember, you're always highly protected. Okay? So this has been fun. I think we're good. Yeah?
We have one last person who was asking for a reading.
Okay. Y'all do it. If y'all are game for staying on a few minutes longer, tell me.
It's Melina O'Connor.
Okay. Hi, Melina. I am going to draw 3. Let's see what we get here. Okay. I'm going to try to get something down in here a little bit different. What's it feeling? I feel like it's that one. Yeah, those two together. And then these are kind of hard to dig without messing up the tags. Okay. So Melina, this is an interesting read because you got 2 goddess and 2 out of this world bracelets from another SoulTopia sensation, and then you got a tarot. And so I'm going to explain them to you. I was singing when I pulled this one down, Mother Mary. I won't from the Beatles. What's that? Let It Be. It's not Mother Mary. But this is the Mother Mary bracelet, and it's one of my favorites. And Mother Mary does work with you. Now, you may know Mother Mary in a certain religious setting. I'm going to tell you how I feel she works with you, okay? She is known for miraculous healing, but she's also a teacher, a healer, and a child advocate. So if you have not considered at any point being a child advocate, an advocate either for volunteer work, 501c3 work, or even in your job, I feel this comes up very strongly for you. You are a voice for children who can't speak for themselves. And that comes through pretty strongly from me, for you. The interesting thing about that is that you also have a lot of out of this world energy. Okay, so be ready because here we go. I drew 2 for you. One is Lemurian. Okay, so this is a very pink and green. It's not pink and green. What am I saying? It's blue and green because the Lemurians, I'll just tell you quickly, back in the day, way back, star seeds came to Earth, and they were kind of the hippies, of the star seeds that came to Earth. They communicated telepathically. It was true utopia. There was no hierarchy. There was no one who was higher. You know how you'll hear people go, well, I'm a this from the whatever council and blah, blah, blah. First of all, that's my pet peeve. I can't stand that. I'm on the galactic whatever. And I'm like, whatever. Okay, so stop bragging. That's so ego. Because if you are, you don't need to be telling everybody. Because the Lemurians knew that That's not what it's about. That's a human condition. Believe me, you are showing your humanness, not you, but other people. I'm preaching now. When they say, I'm on the Palladian Council and I'm of the whatever, stars and bull. Okay, so Lemurians was the true SoulTopians. Not SoulTopians, true Utopians. SoulTopians too. Okay, so you may feel very connected to earth and water, dolphins, whales, record keepers. But I feel you have a lot of information that you haven't even tapped into yet, like a lot. And then I was sort of picking on the people who say they're, oh, I'm so Palladian. For you, if you look up at the stars and you see... this is about the council and the seven sisters, but they connect us to the divine feminine. But for you, it's that you don't really know space and time. So if you lose track of time, that's very natural for you. So don't freak out by it. Okay, I do too. Don't use an excuse, but I do. Okay, time means nothing to me. So these two together, you're very connected to. Let me just put it this way. You are not from here. So if sometimes you feel like you're not, you're not. Okay? And then I'm going to tell you the last one. And I hope you know Tarot, because I'm going to end this pretty quickly. If not, hopefully I can explain this without ending on a note without explaining this too well. This is the Devil Tarot bracelet. I love it. It's one of the most popular ones. And what I get about this is that there is some sort of bondage, hang with me, that you are in that you feel you don't have a way out of. Okay, so we're going to get pretty serious here. You do have a way out. Okay, so that's what I'm picking up for you. I'm going to leave it at that. You feel trapped in a situation and you don't know the way out. There is a way out. Okay. So you've got a lot of stuff going on in your life right now. And some of what makes you feel trapped is because you are not from here at all. Most of us aren't, but you really haven't had a whole lot of human incarnations. So sometimes you don't feel like you just jive with everything here on earth, and it's very difficult for you. Okay. But you are supposed to be here, and you have an important purpose here to show us how much we are supposed to really all work together, because we are all one and nobody's better than the other. Okay. All right. That was a fun, I love your bracelets. There's a big variety here. Okay. Because you have a lot going on. You've got a lot of deep, interesting things going on in your life right now. So thanks for letting me read for you with my bracelets. Okay. So these are our bracelets, and I am not at all ashamed to bring these bracelets to you guys. We love them. I know they have the energy. So much love and thought and channeling and time has been put into them. We don't just slap them together. They are very well thought out. And the stones are very mindfully and thoughtfully chosen to represent not only the meanings of the stones to go with whatever the cards represent, but also so they'll look pretty. Okay? So it takes a lot of time and channeling, and we're very happy to bring these bracelets to you, and so happy that they do so well, and so many people still love the bracelets so much. So thank you for letting me do a little reading for you guys on them. You can find our bracelets and everything that we have here at SoulTopia at our store, and now we're also online, and we're rapidly getting our photos to look really pretty with the help of Emma Odland of Empowered Living. She is up here working and doing her energy work and all of her, like I said, trauma and grief recovery and all kinds of tuning forks and everything else up here. But she also is taking pictures for us, and Cassie's helping. We're all furiously fast and furiously getting everything uploaded for our online shopping. So bear with us because there's a lot in our store and a lot to upload. We're getting better pictures of our bracelets so that you can see how beautiful they really are. And so we are really excited to offer the online store to you. We have a lot of things coming up, so please go to www.soultopia.guru and see all the things that are coming up in our store. There's so much going on. October is packed full of things going on at SoulTopia. So thank you so much for hanging with us tonight. And until next time, crystal cheers.